Hi Flosstube, it's McCleary, Texstylust. Welcome to my channel. Hi Flosstubies, it's Lori. Welcome to my channel. This is a channel primarily about cross stitch and quilting and other textile and fiber arts, and occasionally some paper crafts and etc. etc. I wanted to get this done. This is Easter weekend 2025. I wanted to get this done, get one more in before the end of the month, and to show you some bunny finishes that I have. And I have been stitching, but I've also been working out on the property quite a bit. So not as much stitching as I potentially could have done, but I think I did pretty good for the past couple weeks. So let's get started with my one thread a day. I have two of those, and the one that I'm currently working on for myself right now is Rose Quaker. And this is a chart that you can get as a PDF download and online. So there is the information. When you do purchase them, they send you a personalized chart. And I started this back in 2020. I only did a very small portion of just this very first motif. And since I finished my last one thread a day, I have been working on this one. But here's where I'm at. I am doing this with the called for DMC. Let me get it back here a little bit, get a little bit more light on it. I'm doing this with the called for DMC on a 40 count Silvery Moon, which is by Zweigart. And it has all of these wonderful pinks, brownie pinks, red pinks, etc. And they are just gorgeous. I was looking at it. I came to the point where it was time to start a little bit of the alphabet. I'm going to pull this up again so you can see. So the alphabet is dispersed through the chart. And I think I'm going to look for a either a very shiny silk or some sort of metallic. And I'm going to copy something that my friend Lisa Kindred Stitcher did on a large Quaker that she did that was a modern folk embroidery, where she did the alphabet in a metallic. So I don't know that I want a really shiny metallic, but I want something that's going to give it some shine. I don't really care for the DMC color that is called for on this particular one. So I'm going to look around. I'm not going to do any of the alphabet until I find what I want. So that is going along wonderfully. And then the next one that I'm doing, I have in this pretty project bag. The next one that I'm working on is the one for my son. And it is the Templar Prophecy. That's going to be about the best image that you can see. It is in black and white because it's a one color and you can do it however you wish. I had mentioned a couple videos ago, I changed my strategy to make sure that I'm on track, and I went and I got all the way down to the bottom on the left hand side, and a few days ago I got all the way across. So that's going to give me a good XY axis and also allow me to cut off. I need to measure measure twice or 4 or 5 times and then cut off the rest of the fabric, which is a 46 count Lakeside linen in the color of cedar plank. And I'm doing this with a Silks for You silk in the color PR067. So I'm very pleased at where I'm at. And now I can get back into the body of the chart and have a way to make sure that I'm on track with where I'm stitching. So I really like how that's coming along. It's going to be a big piece. I'm glad I did it on a 46 because it's going to take a large frame. So that is going well. I did also put some time in on Spring Manor. I had showed a start on that, and this is a Teresa Kogut. And again, I don't think this has been released yet. This is from a Patreon. I belong to her Tier 4 Patreon, and this came out in March of last year. And here is where I'm at. So I got the house finished, and I did change out the color on the windows. It's a very pale, the colors are very pale, very springy, muted, and I just love it. I think it is so sweet. And this is the color palette. Turn it around here so you can see the pinks and pinky corals. This is the color palette. Now it is going to get brightened up once I get to the border. I'm going to be using these colors right here, and that's just going to give it some pop of color. So I'm looking forward to getting there. I'm going to continue working on that throughout the spring. I was trying really hard to get this next one finished so I could have one more bunny finish for the season, but unless I finish it today, I don't think I'm going to get it done. But this is Bunny Honey, and this is an Artful Offerings, and I did put some more colors in there. This is a color conversion that I pulled based on both what I saw at Country Sampler and what I saw at the Little Red Hen. They had done it in some lighter colors. So this is my color palette. And the greens I kind of switched around. So I think in the chart, the lighter greens are these fronds and the darker greens are the stems, but I didn't like the dark green stems on the lighter flowers. So, but I do like how this is coming out. Again, I like the really pale pastel muted colors of that. So I may get the stitch finished, or I may not, but I did have a really cool finish in the last 2 or 3 days. So I think I had showed, did I start it? I don't remember if I started it and showed it to you last time, or if I've started and finished and fully finished this next stitch. And it is the Velvet Parsnip Pin Keep by Stacy Nash. And here is my fully finished needle book. I have the tassels, I've got the greens here. Here's the inside. Now I didn't score it as Stacy suggests. I may still go back and do that on the velvet, but for right now I think it's just adorable. I didn't have any velvet that matched this on hand, so I do have white cotton velvet available to me, so I did dye the velvet to match, and I also dyed the wool that's in here to match the linen. I did this on a 40 count weeks linen, the color linen, and I used all the called for floss, including the Whisper. So I learned so much making this particular stitch. This is the first time I've stitched with Whisper. And what I discovered, at least on the 40 count, I really did not like how it looked with a full X. So I ended up pulling out like the underbelly here and here, and I only made that a, what do they call it, a continental stitch. I did leave the full X on the tail, but that's only because it was so tight. I didn't want to accidentally clip the linen to take it back out. So this is done with just one leg of the stitch, and then I fluffed it up, and I think it looks great. It doesn't look so packed in and tight in there, but I love how it turned out. It wasn't hard at all. I ended up just using cereal box cardboard, and I glued it together. I did 3 layers, and then I put batting on both this side and that side. And this is all hand stitched together. That is something, I don't know if I will do that for all of the needle books. I think it kind of depends on the look that I am going to go for the finishing, because the hand stitching that on there took quite a while, but I love the results. It is so pretty. I think that Stacy calls for putting another little tab here and putting a mother of pearl button. I don't know that I'm going to do that. I think I'm going to leave it just the way it is, because it's just going to be for decoration. It's not going to be for actually using for a needle book. But it turned out great, and I'm super pleased with that. And I'm pleased that I got a nice finish for the Easter weekend this year. Okay, so that's all I've been stitching on. I'll talk a little bit. I've been working a lot outside. I'm going to throw up some pictures here. So I have 3 acres now. Most of that acreage is down the canyon wall. And so that's not something that I really need to deal with. It's just wild, as it should be. It's really greening up here. We've had rain, 2 or 3 instances of rain. Like yesterday morning, it rained for about an hour. Really, really good dump. And so it's really greening up. And because I live in the high mountain desert, it's going to be brown in a month or so. But I've been out there working and cutting down the cheatgrass and cleaning out, the landscape. A neighbor down the road gifted me with several bunches of Carl Forster grass, which is the grass that grows up big and tall and has kind of the fluffy plumes. Speaking is hard today. She also gifted me with 3 big plants of heather, which I've planted, and also a lot of catmint, which is also known as catnip, that grows wild here, and it grows really well. So she gave me some extra that she was pulling out, and I'm going to be spreading it around the property. So a lot of time been spending on working on the property, and when I do that for the day, I end up recouping for the next day or 2. So that has been taking a lot of time. I did get some happy mail. The first happy mail that I got was from Jennifer Lind. Now, Jennifer and her daughter, they have a Flosstube. I'm going to put the name of their Flosstube down below. It's changed a couple times, so I'm not going to say it. I'm going to just put it in because I don't want to mess it up. But she reached out to me. She had a giveaway, and she had a couple pieces of Di Ford, who I really love as a designer. Sadly, she passed away quite a while ago, but she had some panels of her fabric, and she asked if I wanted one, and I said yes. And so she had one of each color, and I said, surprise me. But this is the panel that she sent me. So kindly gifted to me, and it is just gorgeous. So it's intended to be the center of a medallion quilt, and I love these colors. It's so pretty. So thank you so much, Jennifer. I really appreciate that you have shared that with me, the Di Ford fabric. I know it's near impossible to find now, so I really appreciate it. Thanks so much. And I got this cute card too. I also got some happy mail. Well, me and the girls, Fiona and Izzy, they have their own fan club. I got some cute happy mail from my friend Patricia. She sent me this beautiful Easter card, and it's so lovely. And what else did I get? Oh, I got the new issue of Punch Needle and Primitive Stitcher, came in the mail. I have a subscription, and if this is not a magazine you currently get, I would highly recommend it. There were so many beautiful stitches in this month's issue. I've already printed out one to stitch, and I was going to show you another one. There's a lot of punch needle in here too. This is really cute. Look at that. Isn't that darling? And I should have marked this so I wouldn't spend time. There's a biscornu type finish in here. There's a bunny, couple bunnies and lamb and bee skep. Punch needle. There's a cute punch needle from Teresa Koga. It's a peaceful dove. Isn't that beautiful? And let's see if I can find this without taking up too much time. It was so cute. Oh, there's a cute kitty. This is just lovely as well. Sorry for the glare. Is that the one I wanted to show you? That might be the one that I wanted to show you. Oh, this one. This is from Nerdin of Primitive of Twin Peaks. That sparrow and those roses on there just blow me away. I might rearrange that a little bit to make it small, but what really caught my eye was the sparrow and the roses. And then the one that I've already printed out, when you purchase, I hope it's here. Do I have it here? Maybe I don't have it here. Oh, here it is. When you purchase the print subscription, you also get access to the digital subscription, which makes it really nice because then you're not, flipping through your magazine to try to stitch it. You can print out just what you want. And this is the stitch. Now this one is by Crochet-A-Go-Go. And who doesn't want a bunny and a tomato? I think this could carry all the way into summer. This is so cute. I love the colors. The colors are so pretty. So that one got pulled out to work on right away. So that came in the mail as well. So as I mentioned, I had to dye some fabric to use with the bunny parsnip. So while I had some dyes out, I thought I would give it a whirl to see if maybe I could dye a couple other shades for the pair for the little hedgehog stitch for this little guy, which is another Stacy Nash finish. So as soon as everyone that I'm stitching this with is finished, we're going to get together and do a finishing party. This is the velvet I had in my stash that I had already decided to use, and I think I'm still going to use it, but I wanted to show you the velvets that I did dye. So this is the first one. It came out way brighter than I expected. I was trying for a light pink with just a hint of coral, and I put a little bit too much dye in there. However, this is really, really pretty. It makes me think of geraniums. That's what I think. In fact, I was just looking at it next to this stitch right here, and that might be a really good backing for it. So I did dye a big piece of that, and then my second try, I diluted it quite a bit, and I dyed this, which I think is a high contender, but I kind of want to wait. I'm going to take it with me to our stitch meetup when we go to finish it and decide whether I'm going to use this or that. I still think I'm leaning towards this, but this also is really, really pretty. So I had some fun doing some dyeing, even if it didn't come out the way I intended, but that to me is the fun of dyeing. So I worked on that a little bit. Let's see, what else was I going to share? Oh, I was going to share, I did show you most of my previous bunny finishes, but I neglected to do this one. And I think this was my very first one. This is a pattern by La Di Da. I believe it's called Briar Rabbit. and I have it in this antique swing frame, and I love him. I think he's really cute. So there's another prayer finish. And then I had some other things I wanted to share. I'm going to do some sort of start for Easter, an Easter day start, but I haven't decided. It may be this one, which I've showed you already. Actually, one of those velvets would look great on that too, wouldn't it? And you know what else that would be great for these? Strawberries. That would make some lovely different colored strawberries. So I might get a start on this one, or this is the other one that's the high contender that I may start today, tomorrow for Easter weekend. And then I also wanted to share a couple of bunny things. This is something I bought quite a while ago. It's embroidery, and I was thinking about getting it out this year, and I just didn't, but maybe for next year. And this is a whole pattern. There's several patterns in here. This is called the bobbin tree, little hedgehog, and also included in this, let me pull it out, includes all the patterns so you can trace it out. But there's also there's a bobbin little bag that is super cute. And the one, aside from the bunny tree, the bunny and the bobbin tree, the one that just really floated my boat was this little hedgehog and the bobbin. He's so cute. So I think it'd be really cute to do this and match the colors to the other little hedgehog and the pear and display those together. Here's kind of a closer up picture of the hedgehog. So I was glad I pulled that out and reminded myself that I had that in my stash. While I was pulling that out, I also found a book that I thought I would share as well, since it is garden season. And this is called A Cross Stitch Garden, and it's 70 cross stitch motifs of different gardens. And there's the author. It's Kazuko Aoki. And there's some really lovely stitches in here. They have things where they've stitched everything together. They have instructions for doing different, where you combine different things. Like this one is a Swedish wildflower sampler. If you can see that, it's really pretty. There is, I like this one a lot because it has cow parsley in it. That one is so cute. So I think this one is pretty available. Here on the front, it has, look at the raspberries. Isn't that cute? So if you like doing little tiny motifs and garden themes, I think this would be a great addition to your library. Okay, so there's that. And then this is something that I wanted to show you last time, and I forgot. It was sitting in my pile when I was done. And it has to do with cartonage. And I know that Periwinkle Stitcher has talked about cartonage as well. And I bought this kit several years ago from MJ Heine. She does a lot of cartonage kits, and it's Mary Jo Heine. So here's part of the kit. These are silks. Those are Dupioni silks. Aren't those gorgeous? Look at those colors. And here's some velvet. She does, she has hand-dyed velvet, hand-dyed ribbons. Look at that. Isn't that amazing? Look at this ribbon. That's one thing. I have several books on doing it that I've always wanted to learn to do ribbon embroidery. In fact, if I remember, I will try to pull out a couple of those books and show them another time, but here's some more hand-dyed. Here is the cartonage. It's called Pan Cushions on Parade. Let me take it out of the wrapper because you won't be able to see it otherwise. But it has all of the instructions to make this pincushion book. There's some other pictures, close-up pictures of the book. And that's what this kit is for, is to make that particular thing. And it has all, just quickly, has all the sizes and shapes and whatnot to do it. And then you can purchase the cardstock. It's heavier than cardstock. It's more like a chipboard. You can purchase the chipboard. So I have the whole kit here that I got from her. You can find her online. Let me see if I can find that information again. Probably on here. Yes. So Mary Jo Heine. She has wonderful, wonderful kits. She has, I think I have an acorn kit from her too. That's acorn and velvet. And, but her hand dyes are just wonderful. And this is a silk velvet, not a cotton velvet. So it's a lot more drapey, and the colors that come out with that are a lot more variegated than with the cotton, I think. So I wanted to share that with you as well. Okay, let's see. I also have, I wanted to do the giveaway. So I haven't heard yet from the winner of the chart, I have to find it here. Oh, here it is, by Buttermilk Basin. So I'll put the name again down below, and if I don't hear from you by my next video, I will go ahead and re-gift this to another viewer. Okay, the last time's giveaway was Be Strong, and I asked the question about what was your favorite spring flower, and there was lots of them. Daffodils and lilacs and peonies were very high on the list, and then snowdrops was right up there as well. I've never seen a snowdrop in real life, but I think I might just get some bulbs and plant them for next year. Speaking of which, I had talked about that my mom's favorite was the grape hyacinth. And guess what I found when I was out working in the yard? They're wild here, and I have quite a few. So once I had dug through all of the, 2 or 3, 4 or 5 years of dead grass that was just kind of laying on the ground, and pulled it up, there was a lot of grape hyacinth underneath, which I think was really cool. Okay, so the winner of the Be Strong, I'm going to put your name right down here because I'm going to pull it after the video. And please contact me at texstylust@gmail.com, and I will get this in the mail to you. And thank you, everyone, for all of the wonderful comments and for participating. I do have another giveaway for this video, and it is Ink Circles, the Fleur-de-Lis. And that's very pretty. I think you could do this in any color. I think that would be lovely in a spring color as well as the darker color they show here. So if you're interested in the fleur-de-lis, actually it's called fleur-de-lis. You know what you could do? You could stitch this twice and make a biscornu. That would be really cool. So the fleur-de-lis is really what it says, not fleur-de-lis, but I think it's a play on fleur-de-lis. But just go ahead and put four, F-O-U-R, since that's really what it's referencing here. Put 4 in your comment, and let's see. Why don't you tell me what your favorite dish is for Easter dinner? For me, it would have to be strawberry shortcake or perhaps scalloped potatoes. I really, really like scalloped potatoes. I don't eat them very often, but boy, are they good. Okay, I think that's all I have today. Today is a short video. I didn't have a lot of stitching to share. I just wanted to come on and kind of catch you up on what I've been working on. And I will see everyone in a couple weeks. Until then, take care. Bye-bye.